Alright, knife, what do you do? We're gonna actually use the knife because of all those little power-ups that I've been getting, so... I mean... Might as well. Oh, does it legit? I think it does! Oh, it tracks the enemies down, dude! It tracks them down! Alright, what does green orb do? It seems to be a straightaway shot. It's like a shotgun. Yeah, it's like a shotgun, honestly. I don't really care for it though, because I'm not looking for shotgun stuff. Although it may be very useful on bosses for sure. I'm kind of wondering if they have the coin, because I saw my double king use the coin, and the coin is easily my favorite like sub weapon in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And for those that don't know what the coin is in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you throw a little coin, it bounces all over the room, and it's really cool in that regard. Like legit, that's the only reason why I really like it, because I've always been fascinated by stupid weapons that work for no real reason. Like fans. Fans are not... You wouldn't think they're a weapon, but fans are a weapon. They were used by the geisha in Japan, like 1800s, and they used iron fans, and like that's how they would like get rid of people and stuff like that. It's actually really cool. And I also knew some stuff from Negima as well. I'm not sure who, like how Ken Akamatsu, that's the creator of Negima, knows about all these little things and whatnot, where he got his information. Because when I looked for these people that he was telling me about. Okay. Oh, it's like a machine gun. All right, I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. What about blue orb? Because blue orb's the only one I haven't tried yet. For the knife. He found a bunch of information that was like really cool techniques in for fans and how like it diverts. Like it's just like a form of judo, in other words. And judo is like one of my favorite martial arts, if only for the fact that it's more about controlling the opponent than it is about controlling like a weapon or a skill or anything like that. And that's probably something that I like to do the most, is go for the unexpected when it comes to any kind of strategy and whatnot. And I am that kind of person that was like, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again, just to make it seem like I don't learn my lesson, but then I end up doing it anyway. But and it works that time, because that's the way that I did it before, and it has worked for me before. Oh, it's pretty crazy how stuff like that happens. Like one time, I was in a Melee tournament. This is like back in the wee old days of Melee days, where where they just started like budding out to like the full extreme. I think they're in MLG status, like they actually were part of Major League Gaming, but that just recently happened. So I personally didn't know how far the rabbit hole went. I just knew there's a local tournament that a couple people told me about, so I went in, and there actually was a pro player there, and his brothers, and all his brothers were like really strong and everything like that, and it got really crazy and intense. And I faced one of the brothers that was there. Oh dude, I love this thing. I love that so much. It's just boom, you're dead. I love that so much. So one of the brothers got rid of one of my buddies, and he's like, avenge me. I was like, okay, I will. And as the person out of my friends that was the best in Melee, I had to represent, and I ended up being in second place, and that was the coolest thing ever to me, because I pretty much just faced against the pro, and he's just like, you're gonna learn how to like do like a real thing. But by the time I got to him, I was just so tired out, because I faced his brother, and I came back in a 3-to-1 stock. I straight up came back from it. That was like my proudest moment ever. And the thing was, is that we didn't have banned areas and whatnot, so he decided to pick Mewtwo, and I used Sheik because I was learning how to use Sheik, and I was doing really good with Sheik as it was. I didn't know that she was top tier. I did not know any of those things, or any like advanced techs and things like that. I have learned since, but suffice to say, anyone that knows Mewtwo and knows Tremania as a stage, they'll know that you just do the back throw into the little area, and Sheik will, any character will straight up just die from it, essentially, at like really low percentage levels. We're talking like 20% and above, like that's your death area. So he would just camp around there, wait for me, and then he'd get me and kill me. So instead of learning these kind of things and going, you know what I should do is, you know, not go over there and just like wait for them, I decided to keep going towards him and actually getting him that way. Like, he was staying in that little camp area, and I start like hitting him with my forward air and things like that. And it was super risky because one grab and I was done. I was out, son. And it got really scary because he was at a 3-to-1 stock. Also, this plant is very, very scary. Why? Why would you do that? Oh my god. Is the mist actually evil? What? What is this mess? Oh my god. Oh. I don't even understand this. Ah, you stupid. Okay, I guess that works for what it does. Are you gonna... Okay, let's try green orb. Green orb was... No, green orb was shot. It's a shotgun. Okay, that's the one I want. Okay, cool. No, I want to keep it there. Anyway, as going on with my story here, I straight up just kept going at him over and over again, just trying to like wail on him as much as possible, and trying to like do a good job of doing that. And it got really hard and really stressful, but he would always try to like get in that area instead of going like, I'm not gonna go there, like I'm not gonna go attack. I would go attack anyway, and I'd still try to get him and do all those things. And there was about 2 times there was like a real risk exchange where I almost died, but suffice to say, I did it. And like straight up after that like really big risk reward play that I did, my head started hurting a whole bunch, and I got so tired because it was so mentally exhausting. It was one of those moments where I straight up just like, I used all my mental capacity and brain power, and just like, I couldn't function after that. I just was like, I don't care if I lose now. I don't care. I did that big win. I am fine with that. That was a 3-to-1. That's good. I did it. I will gladly do it again. And it was one of the scariest messes ever. But that was my proudest moment, man. Legit. Alright, so I got holy water now. Let's see how well that does. No, let's go this way. That's the one I want. Okay. But suffice to say, that's what I like to do. I like to subvert expectations and get people by that kind of surprise. And I suppose that's probably why I'm kind of good at recognizing comedy and stuff like that. I don't want to like make it a big old thing where it's like I'm super funny because I do this. Like, just I know how to make certain people laugh and things like that. Just make how it goes, because I know how to like subvert expectations and do all this and that. When it comes to those things, I'm not perfect by any means. My uncle says I could be a comedian, but I don't see that. I don't see how I could be a comedian. I don't see how that would even be possible for me. Because comedians, believe it or not, they actually have a routine schedule, and they have a thing that they do, and there's a bunch of things that go into actually being a comedian. It's not just straight up being like, I'm kind of funny, so I'm just gonna say a bunch of words in front of everybody. And like, it's not even the fact that I get scared about talking to people. Like, that's not it at all. Like, that's like the least of my worries when it comes to like going on stage and talking about comedy. Because if you bomb in comedy, oh, it hurts hard, and there's hecklers and all this and that. And that's the thing I don't think I can handle. I don't think I can handle that so much. The heckling, the if a joke falls flat, will I be able to go through with it without ruining the joke and everything like that? And I'll do that. I will definitely do that. I will fall flat on certain things. It just happens. It happens to everybody, and that's how you learn. You learn by observing the room, seeing what jokes work and everything like that. That's how you do it. That's how you become a very good comedian. And like largely with everything in life, the more you just do something, the better you're at it. The better practice you have with it, and everything like that. And it's good to do that. It's good to do all those things. But as a comedian as a whole, I just don't feel like I have the chops, you know? Like, I could be an entertainer to some degree. I could probably like go on a TV show or whatnot. I would like to. I would love to actually star in a TV show or be like supporting cast or some other jazz like that. But at the same time, I'm also kind of like afraid of the whole entire situation. And I ain't saying that, you know, like, oh, like this is like too much for me and whatnot. Like, if I can make a living off this, I'll be more than happy. I'll be ecstatic at the situation when it comes to like LPing and stuff like that. But by no means am I expecting anything from it, and nor should anyone when it comes to LPing, when it comes to these things. It's just something that you should do for fun first and foremost, and then something comes out of it, or if you continue to do it, good. As of right now, I do treat this as a hobby because largely I'm not making any money on it, and I'm working on my craft as it goes along. I'm seeing what other things that I like to do and whatnot, and it's been pretty fun for the most part. I feel like I discovered a new part of myself, new entertainment part of myself, as it were. And I'm getting better with edits, and I'm really happy with that too. And it's just one of those things that's just, you think that you learned everything, but really you haven't, and you just keep on going with yourself. And that's probably one of the biggest things that I've been really learning, in all honesty, when it comes to LPing and such. Very fun. Although I will say I'm very sad that I have a super big backlog, that I'm just like, all these JRPGs are still not released, and I have a bunch of other games that I want to release too on my YouTube, and it's just kind of like, a large amount of people are just not going to come for JRPGs. That's just a fact. I'm sorry to say, that's just the truth. People like games more like Castlevania, where there's a certain amount of end to it. And I like that too. I like Castlevania games and stuff like that. But I like JRPG games as well, but there's a time and place for them, all this and that. I'm definitely not one of the more passionate types that could just straight up do the certain things and whatnot. It gets at you. God dang it, dude. Stop. Okay, so what I should probably do is see if Green Orb does anything. Does holy water take out the most? I think it does. Alright, I'm liking that way more because it's actually a full out toss. And it does the thing. What about red orb? Okay, red orb's kind of cool, but that's like a back off me. And I don't really need a back off me thing. Blue orb, I think, is probably the best. Just straight up, it goes everywhere with that whole situation. What was the other orb again? Okay, I think it was red orb that I wanted. No, red orb is the back off me orb. That's the one. This is the more practical holy water. I can just throw at it. But this actually works like the old school holy water too, because it would do that mess. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this holy water for now. It's not super cool like the axe was, and the knife wasn't that great either. So the only other one that I need to check out in terms of power is the crystal. But so far it goes cross, axe, holy water, and then knife. So knife, of course, is always the last one. But the very fact that it didn't take very many hearts away is somewhat of a bonus. Not completely, but it's there. Oh. Why is all this thing going on here? Why is there a bunch of nice little... Is there animals here or something? Is this seriously just called a ghost? Like, for real? Just ghost? Okay. Buddy, seriously. Recently I was talking to my editor about certain things and whatnot. He's talking about how we make intros and outros and all this and that. And as much as I would like to do a bunch of intros and outros, I feel like for these kind of things, it's not worth it. It's not worth doing an intro or outro in these kind of LPs and whatnot. But Lost Escape is probably going to have tons of it, and yeah. I personally don't see the use of intros and outros. Although, when he was talking about outros, I was just like, crap, that's kind of right. Like, it just kind of gives like a nice little end sequence to everything and whatnot. And these are things that people discuss, dude. Like, for real. If you ever watch LPs, they discuss this kind of stuff. They go, how do we get viewers' attention? How do we do this and that? And it feels almost like you're part of a marketing team. And it's probably the worst feeling out of all the things. Oh, I love that. That is awesome. Okay, green orb crystal is great. Blue orb is very mixed. Okay, that's like a... No, we're not doing that. Yellow orb? Yellow's like supposed to be like the ultimate. It's kinda cool, but I feel like it's not really useful in comparison to the crosses. Like, straight up, get off me. and I'm on top of the world thing. So green orb it is, because green orb gives me some health back. I love that. Ugh, dang it! I was supposed to get that heart piece. Jeez Louise. All right, this is actually getting kind of cool. This whole entire keeps going on and on. Like it's actually starting to look like a garden. But yeah, I do think about my intros and outros. Oh god. Oh, this is not good. I'm running out of health stuff. No. There we go. Yeah, I think I can't really have the crystal anymore. Because as much as I like that, it doesn't get everybody, and it's still a really big problem when I need things off me as soon as possible. So we're going to stick with either the axe or the cross. So I might just go back to the axe only for the fact that it does more damage. The cross is really cool, I do have to say. But back in the old Castlevania days, where you had the sub-weapons, not really as big damage bringers, but because your whip only had one direction, and that was part of its great design, is that the sub-weapons played into your whole entire combat situation. You weren't just using the sub-weapons because it was a better weapon, you're using them because it helped you out to get rid of certain enemies that were placed in mean locations and everything like that. You were not able to personally handle them. Come on. We done? Good. Good. So go to the one that doesn't have anything. That's the one you want to go to. Because it's probably either a save room or this room that will end soon. Nice. No. Here, please. Oh no! There's more of them! More of these eyeball freaks. It's a skeleton flower. Out of all things to call it, skeleton flower, not like a Venus flytrap or anything. Just a skeleton flower. Skeletor! What are you doing? This plant would just have a time of its life. Do the things that reptiles do whenever they want to mate, or think they do a really cool thing. I always love that. Turtles do that too, oddly enough. It's very hilarious to me whenever turtles do that. This is what are you happy about, buddy? Are you getting aroused or something? Well, that's only you. It's always a cute thing to me. What? Why is there a right there? It's really weird. And apparently I could go this way too. Okay. Oh, it's right over there. I was visiting it by like a foot. Okay then. Oh, what is this? Ring of Thunder. A ring of magic to make you more resistant to lightning attacks. Alright, I don't really need that. This is not like Breath of the Wild where lightning is all over the place, so yeah, good, I guess? Oh, dude, now that I think about it, that's something that they could do totally too. Instead of making Castlevania just straight up the castle, they could do it kind of like Breath of the Wild in a way, where you would have it so you would straight up oh, come on, give me. You would do all the outside too, as well as the castle area. You would climb the castle and things like that. That would be really cool. I would really like to see that, in all honesty. That'd be a really cool trick to do for Castlevania. Doing all the front part of it, where you actually explore the sides of the castle, and then the second half would be the actual castle itself, and it's more traditional Castlevania or something. That would work really well, I think. Or you go into the castle every now and again, and then something in the castle you can't get through it. It's oh no, I gotta go to the next area, and then you would. That'd be pretty cool. I would definitely like to see that. Sorry, just Breath of the Wild has a bunch of really neat things to it, and just whenever I think of Breath of the Wild's applications to other games, it makes me really excited. because Zelda's a constant game changer and whatnot, and other games learn from it quite well, which is kind of sad because no one really learned from Castlevania's thing. Castlevania just had like its own little thing, and no one really replicated it. And I'm not talking about the Metroidvania thing, where like it suddenly became Metroidvania, Castlevania. I'm talking about straight to the first Castlevania. We're talking Castlevania 1 and 3. Like, I don't really see that done anymore. Where it's like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna actually like straight up have it to where we're gonna have like a tough like placement of enemies and things like that, and you have to like be really good at it, and like it's all designed well. I mean, yeah, what else could you really do with that if a game were to exist that way? But at the same time, it's like it's there. People play shmups all the time, but like shmups are the same basic design anyway. I mean, it's more so an excuse to play the same type of game than anything else. I mean, you don't see anybody complaining about there being too many 3D platformers, and that area got so saturated so fast in the 90s, man. It really did. But no one really complained about it. That's the hilarious thing, is that no one complained about there being too many platformers. They probably complained about the quality, they probably complained about all these other things, but in terms of like actually like the game itself, all the games there, it just kind of was a mute discussion. It was just like, I don't really care. Maybe that was just me, I don't know. But that's the way that I always see it. Because like with shooters, like legit, I feel like there can't really be that. There can't be they're all just like kind of the samey. Like even worse than 3D platformers and whatnot. Like there wasn't a lot of like personality to them. There wasn't a lot of style to them. It was just constantly the same kind of like people and enemies over and over again. It just kind of got worse and worse. It's just like, ugh. Like why even bother? Why bother playing that? And it's like not even like a harper on FPSs or third-person shooters. It's just the way the games were designed were just really lacking. When I see things like Splatoon and Overwatch, it's just like, wow. Like, the shooter market really hecked up badly because these games should have existed a long time ago. Like a long time ago. Also, what's with these weird Sphinx things? Can I destroy these? Apparently I can. Oh, okay. So if I destroy them, what happens? Anything in particular? I don't know. It's working out for me though. And I got nothing better to do, so destroy, smashy. Give me my key. Give me my things that I need. Please, Mr. Sphinx. Please don't tell me just like a way that I have to destroy them. Like, oh, you didn't destroy them in this particular order, so that's wrong. That would be stupid and suck. Was that it then? Yeah, I don't really have any other way of doing things. I think I just went the wrong way in general. I guess. Like, oh. There was a door hidden right there, hidden under one of the Sphinxy Sphinx. That's pretty cool. Alright, I gotta admit, you got me, game. You got me.